I've been helping my parents plan their kitchen remodel, and at first, I thought it was going to be mostly picking out countertops and paint colors. It's not. It's calls with contractors, a million tiny decisions, budget tracking, and somehow I become the project manager. So today, I'm going to show you how I'm using Copilot to help me keep everything organized and a lot less overwhelming. We've already mapped out a high-level budget, so it's time to start putting things into action. One of the first things I wanted to do was turn everyone's ideas into something structured. Let's start in the Copilot app. I'm going to drop in all the random new kitchen dream plans my parents have shared with me and type, "I'm helping my parents plan a kitchen remodel with a $25,000 total budget." Based on the below wish list, can you outline which important decisions should we finalize first and which items depend on other decisions? Copilot takes all that information and builds a roadmap, suggesting what to tackle first and explaining how certain decisions impact each other in this process. This is my family's first big renovation, so I'm sure there are plenty of things we don't even realize we'll run into. To avoid as many big surprises as possible, I'll ask Copilot, what are a few things we might not be thinking of that could sneak up on us later? Copilot gives me a list of considerations like permits, electrical upgrades, and lead times, things we definitely hadn't thought much about yet. Now we can make sure we're planning for the right things from the start before we make any decisions we can't easily undo. Next, I wanted to make sure we're taking those ideas and agreeing on what this kitchen is actually going to look like and feel like. So I'll ask Copilot to turn our initial thoughts into something visual. Based on our kitchen remodel goals and budget, create an overall design concept including overall design style description, suggested color palette, cabinet style, countertop material, backsplash style, hardware finishes, lighting approach, and more. And in seconds, I have a design concept with details like specific colors and styles that brings all my parents' ideas into a cohesive direction. I can even take it a step further and ask Copilot to help us start to visualize it. I'll type, create a mood board image that brings this design concept to life. Include a color palette, cabinet samples, hardware, countertops, lighting fixtures, and a mock-up of a full kitchen in this style for inspiration. Now I have a complete overview of our vision and some inspiration images that start to make all this feel more real. I can just ask Copilot to export this design direction summary and mood board image into a Word document, and I have a reference point I can easily share with my parents as we start making decisions. Communicating with different contractors is a big part of this remodel process, and Copilot has really helped me keep all those conversations organized. I take notes during calls in my OneNote like normal, and afterwards just ask Copilot, organize these call notes into key takeaways, action items, and potential risks. So just a few follow-up questions I should ask next. In seconds, my messy notes are turned into clear next steps, so I can keep things running smoothly. And once I have that organized, I can even ask Copilot to draft a follow-up email based on those notes. I'll type, draft a professional follow-up email to the contractor summarizing our call. Include a thank you, the clarifying questions we identified, and a request for next steps. Now I have a clear professional email I can drop into Outlook without starting from a blank page. As contractor estimates start coming in, it's time to bring everything back to the budget. We've already built an initial budget breakdown in Excel to help us understand what we could afford. You can see how we created that in the video linked in the description. Now we can plug in actual costs and see how we're tracking. This is where things get real. I'll ask Copilot, update this budget tracker with these new actual costs. Cabinets, $7,000, countertops, $9,000, appliances, $500. Identify any categories that are over budget and summarize how the total compares to the overall $25,000 goal. Suggest a few practical adjustments that would help us stay in budget. Not only does Copilot help us keep track of the budget with an organized tracking table, but it can also help us think through how we're trending and where we should adjust. Having that extra insight is really helpful with all of these moving pieces. Helping my parents with this kitchen remodel has been a huge project, but having Copilot to help organize the details, clarify the decisions, and keep the budget on track makes everything feel a lot more manageable. Follow along for more real-life ways you can use Copilot.